sé, no sé.
Giraffe and also comes just like a giraffe.
Allá, no,
On the
allá,
top of the
allá.
hill on the left are
No, que
some-
mire
is a
para allá.
saddle-built stork. Saddle-built storks grow to be about 5 feet tall and have a wingspan of about 9 feet long, about the same size of the canopy above us. They have very long wings. These birds do travel alone unless they find a mate, and then they will travel together for the rest of their lives. People say that all copies have the speed of horses, but I've yet to see them.
They travel alone. They're
Coming up on the left difference between black and white rhinos, it's not the bushes and trees, while the white rhino weighs 5,000 pounds. It has a flat lip so it can raise rabbits. Unfortunately, both rhinos are heavily hooked for their horns, which is made out of keratin, which is the same thing that makes for hair and fingernails. People used to think it had medicinal purposes, but it does not. They're just one of the poaching animals that have no... On the left are some bongos. Bongos are often called the ghosts of the forest because they're very hard to find in the wild. And both males and females grow horns. And as they age, they get much, much darker. As you can see this one in the front, he's much darker than the rest.
Thanks for the back hip, rhino.
He's not out. Find a male raider kudu and see what their horns look like. They're very extravagant. They go 6 feet long and they twirl from the base to the tip.
Oh, con hippo.
Míralo.
Qué fresquito.
Se acaba de bañar.
Oh, this is interesting looking hippos.
Despite the hippo size, hippos actually only eat since all they do is relax in the water all day. A group of hippos is called a bloat, and they find out who's dominance over the bloat by seeing with the largest mouth. The birds on this island are called pink-backed pelicans. Whenever it is mating season for these birds, the back of their feathers will turn pink, and that indicates if they are ready for mating. Also,
Ready to rumble.
They tend to sink like a rock, so their favorite way of getting around in the water is sinking to the bottom and then just walking across. Could be some hippos over here.
Oh, mira papá, mira esto.
I can see one. We'll ask again that we please keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs to truck at all times. Do not stand or lift your children.
Vamos a ahora a grabar los animales más peligrosos que hay por aquí.
Now, crocodiles are not as long as the giraffe is tall.
Ay, Dios mío, que eso.
And they are exothermic, which means any excess heat. And this is called gaping.
Se pueden tocar, se pueden tocar.
You tell me. You want to try? Go ahead. Man, they're real friendly for real.
Gallons of water. And in a drought, animals of the savannah will come and chew on the bark of the baobab tree to get that water out, which potentially saves their lives. It's the name tree of life. It's also leafless, not one-sided.
Big one. There's giraffe. That's good. I didn't see that.
First animal is coming up on our right. They are Seminole cattle, or Watusi cattle, or Egyptian longhorn. Their horns grow very long. They are 6 to 8 feet long, but surprisingly, they don't weigh that much. They only weigh about 5 pounds each. That's because they have a honeycomb structure that goes through their horns, which circulates their blood, which makes them very lightweight. And the longest horns that we have here on the reserve are and they're called the Watusi cattle because they were domesticated by the Watusi tribe in Africa. On our right is a Maasai giraffe. Maasai giraffes grow 18 to 20 feet tall. They get the least amount of sleep out of any animal.
scratching the wood that
30 minutes a day. Then the rest is speed eating.
It is.
They also have the highest blood pressure out of any animal in the world. Their heart is about the same size as our head. And it weighs about 2 pounds. Whenever a giraffe runs and clear 14 feet in one stride, most people don't know those horns are on the top of their head. Those are called ossicones. Horns. Whenever a baby giraffe is born, it'll be born at 6 feet tall and it'll weigh about 150 pounds. And female giraffes do give birth standing up, so the first thing a baby giraffe sees in the world is a 6-foot drop. People also don't know how long a giraffe's tongue is. It's about 18 inches long, and they get many different uses out of it. And to clean their eyes, clean their nose, and grab food that's far away. I guess there's no doubt. Coming up on our left is the sable antelope. The sable antelope is the emblem of our reserve here because they're the only antelope known for standing and fighting for their ground, just like we will do for these animals. You can see how their horns are slanted backwards. That's in case an animal comes and attacks from behind. It can still defend itself. On our left and right are wildebeest. Wildebeest Wildebeest are the world's largest herding animal, other than humans. They gather at the
What is
Great
that?
Migration, which is a herd of about 1.5 million, and then they migrate 500 to 1,000 miles, which is the same as walking from Orlando to New York. Fun fact about wildebeest, whenever wildebeest stampede, they just close their eyes. And the reason this doesn't happen is by going to sleep in all different directions. When they're right and left or turn by mouth, these term animals literally scratch themselves.
Pero todavía no pasaba el 15 y ese vuelo salía arriba de las 5 y algo. Se las 4:53. Esta gente sí están las cuentas. ¿Cómo salir?
Species. Wow. That's so bighorn.
These
Oh.
species of giraffes were named the Maasai giraffe because they have a messy fur pattern compared to their close relatives, the reticulated giraffe. They have a very clean pattern. Don't ask me why they decided to change the pronunciation of messy, but they did, and it sounds pretty cool to me. Maasai giraffe. You know, you don't want to call a giraffe a messy giraffe. You can now go to your kid's room and be like, why is this so Maasai? In the middle of the hill over there, on our left is an eland. Elands are one of the world's largest antelope. They grow to 6 feet at the shoulder. They don't look that athletic, but they can clear 8 foot sets from a standing position. Imagine having an 8 foot vertical. Good deal. You can see how their horns are slanted. That is in case they walk through heavy vegetation. And then it's slanted so whenever they walk through heavy vegetation, it doesn't get caught or anything. They can just effortlessly walk through. That's nice. Yeah, we're good. Or he's just following the leader. You might not know either.
¿Un elefante allá?
On the left are some African elephants. African elephants are the world's largest animals. They
Ok.
grow to 13,000 pounds. They can hold 5 gallons of water in their trunk at one time, and their skin is very sensitive. Their skin is so sensitive that if a mosquito bites them, they feel like a bee sting. So one way they protect their skin is by throwing dirt and mud on their backs as a natural sunscreen. They also shower themselves. I'm 99% sure they're the only animal in the world that can literally shower themselves. And also, his name is Mac. We gave him a really cool nickname, Big Mac. Most people know elephants have very
Original,
large ears,
original.
but most people don't know that they're very vascular and they flap their ears to cool themselves down. Whenever they flap their ears, they expose the blood to the air, and that can help cool themselves down to 15 degrees Fahrenheit.
Get in the water.
Elephants' trunks give them many opportunities to make many different tones and frequencies. And we've identified 70 of those tones and frequencies. And what we have found out is that most of the time the elephants are communicating with each other, it's in such a low frequency that it can't even be heard by humans. But this frequency travels very far. It travels up to 6 miles. So it allows elephants to communicate with other herds that are farther away. On the left is the greater flamingos. The greater flamingos are the world's largest and lightest pink flamingo. They get their colors from eating brine shrimp, which is full of beta carotene. Whenever a baby flamingo is born, it'll be born gray, and then it will turn light pink. Then it will turn white, and then it will turn light pink. You can see the baby flamingos over there. It's the gray ones. The gray puffballs. They're less than a few weeks old. Just like flamingos change colors, we can also change colors. If we only ate carrots and sweet potatoes for years, we would be orange like a blueberry. Like I said before, white rhinos are the larger rhinos. They weigh 5,000 pounds. They can hold 5 gallons of water. They need trunks. They don't even have trunks. They weigh 5,000 pounds, and they have the flat lips so they can graze grass. A group of rhinos is called a crash, and that is because they have very bad eyesight and they won't see what's in front of them until it's about 5 feet away.
Wow.
I'd say the one thing I struggle with this job is just mixing all the animals together. I'll mix up rhinos with elephants, giraffes with bongos.
Ostrich.
No. Get off the road. This is my last round. Yay, thank you. On the right is an ostrich. Ostriches are the world's largest bird, but they are flightless. But they do run 40 miles an hour. And whenever they're running 40 miles an hour, they use their wings to change direction or for stability. So their wings aren't completely useless.
Those people got lucky. They got real lucky.
That baby rhino over there on the left, his name is Milo, and this one closest to us, his name is Logan. Got another ostrich over here. Keep your eyes open on the left for some cheetah. They're very good at camouflaging, so we don't always get to see them. Cheetahs are the fastest animal in the world. They go 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. You can see them in the bushes over there. But they cannot keep this speed up for very long, so they have to be very quick and strategic with their hunting. Realistically, cheetahs can only run about 100 yards before they are fatigued. Surprisingly, cheetahs have one of the lowest success rates for hunting in Africa. They have about a 40% success rate. Very low compared to other animals in Africa. Cheetahs usually do hunt alone unless the males come together and form a group. In this group we call the coalition. And meow. Lions don't meow. Neither do tigers. They run a formation that inspired Pride Rock and the Lion King. This is where the lions live. The lions do sleep most of the day. They sleep about 16 hours a day, and then at night time they'll go and hunt. It is the females that go hunt while the males will stay back to protect the den. Why did you come all this way? Most people don't know this about a lion's language. It's actually 90% body language, and that's how humans can go live with lions. They just learn when they can approach and when they need to get away. On the right, it's a very special antelope laying down. We actually have the same name. His name's Sebastian. My name's Sebastian, so I gave him my childhood nickname, Bachi the Bontebok. Bachi the Bontebok is a very special species of antelope because there was only 17 left of them in the world. Until 17 Bontebok wandered back up into it with their tusks out in front in case they defend themselves. They're very territorial animals. That's a good hair days. Got the flow going on. Much better than mine.
Akuma Matata.
On the right over there are some water buck. Given their name, they're usually found around water. They also drink an immense amount of water. They also smell really bad. Replacing modern livestock in Africa because they're much easier to maintain. They're smaller, so they take up much less space and eat much less food than larger livestock. Their milk is also priced much higher than regular dairy, so farmers in Africa are making much more for much less.